Now we welcome on from our sister site, NJ.com, covers the Eagles, Mike Kaye. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Mike, just wondering, obviously, with the big Carson Wentz trade that happened in 2016, a lot of talk around here this week about how that all worked out. So how is Carson doing? We know he's been a little bit up and down. Give us the lowdown on Carson.
Well, I think Hugh Jackson would be, feeling pretty good about the way he's played this season. It's really been a steady regression from what how he's played in the past. He's down 5 completion percentage points. He's leading the league with 12 interceptions and 16 turnovers. He kind of doesn't know what he is right now. He's flown back and forth between being a tepid game manager and a gunslinger in the Brett Favre mold. And so when he's being a tepid game manager, he's holding the ball too long. He's getting sacked more than anybody in the league, and he's fumbling the ball away. When he's a gunslinger, he's making really poor choices down the field and getting intercepted. So it's very hard to game plan for a quarterback like that, who just doesn't seem to have the confidence or the prowess in the pocket that he did in 2017 prior to his major knee injury.
How do you explain what has happened to him, in these last couple of years? Because obviously he seemed like he was on this trajectory where he was, going to contend for multiple Super Bowls. And it's just really odd and bizarre to watch him have a season like this.
Well, his body has taken a beating. He had LCL and ACL surgeries during that 2017 season when Nick Foles led them to the Super Bowl. He then had a fracture in his back that shut him down towards the end of the 2018 season. He had that cheap shot concussion in the playoffs last year. I mean, he has really just kind of been through the ringer from a health standpoint. And then when you look at what the Eagles have gone through, I think outside of the San Francisco 49ers, the Eagles have dealt with the most injuries during this COVID period. But the problem is it's been an injury issue for them every single year. He's played behind 8 different iterations of the starting offensive line in 9 games. No one's going to succeed like that. And then, you've got a guy like Travis Fulgham who's emerged, but he can't do everything at the wide receiver position. He's played at least 3 games without Miles Sanders, Jalen Reagor, Lane Johnson, Jason Peters. Pretty much all the big names on this offense have missed at least 3 games. Zach Ertz isn't even back yet, and you've got a guy in Dallas Goedert who's been out of the lineup for 3 games as well. So, it's hard to succeed in that range.
So that brings us to the other side of the ball, and what I think is going to be a key matchup in this game, and that is that pass rush. I know you guys are, not you guys, but I know that they are tied for 3rd with 31 sacks in the NFL. So tell us a little bit about that matchup and how you think that's going to go.
Well, if Jack Conklin can't get off the COVID list, they're going to have some problems on that right side of the line. Baker Mayfield's going to really need to get the ball out quick because Brandon Graham's having a career year. It's his 11th season, and he's already got 7 sacks. He's never eclipsed 10 sacks in a season before, but this guy is everywhere. He's playing very well. On the other side, you've got Derek Barnett, who's playing okay for his status, okay for his career. And then you've got a guy like Josh Sweat who can make things happen. Vinny Curry is on the COVID list right now. It's up. He did not test positive, so he's kind of up. His status is up in the air. But really what you got to worry about is that interior. And, you've got, the Browns have a very good interior offensive line right now, but Fletcher Cox is a former Pro Bowler. Malik Jackson's a former Pro Bowler. And then they have Javon Hargrave who can make things happen as well. They are really going to have to get pressure on Baker Mayfield because, as you know, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb are really going to be able to control the clock here. And if they can't force turnovers on Baker Mayfield by either forcing interceptions with sacks or forcing him into bad decisions for interceptions, this game could get out of control and the Browns could control the clock.
What are the prospects of them stopping or at least containing somewhat Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb?
So when you look at the Eagles' stats against the run on paper, they're a little misleading. They're having trouble against misdirection, against quarterbacks and wide receivers on the run, but they're actually holding opposing running backs to just 3.4 yards a carry. If they can hold Hunt and Chubb to maybe 4.2 yards per carry, they're going to be in a really good situation there because the guys won't be able to have really good early success on first down and second down. That's the key for them. They've struggled when they've given up big plays on first and second down, chunk yardage. if the Eagles can stop the run and kind of, I think Hunt's going to be a little bit mitigated, but Chubb's going to be the guy that they really have to hone in on. Tackling is going to be at a premium. It's paramount that they stop him in his tracks. You can't give up 230 yards and a touchdown like the Texans did and expect to win a game, even if it's 10-7. And this is going to be a tight game because the Eagles offense isn't humming, and they're going to have to rely on Miles Sanders to run the ball as well on the opposite side.
Okay. What are you thinking for Sunday? What is your pick?
So something to keep an eye on is the Eagles have become infatuated with the 2-point conversion. So this is going to be a weird score. I have the Browns winning 20-16. I just think Nick Chubb's going to control the ground and control the clock, and the Eagles are going to have to play catch up, and they're going to do it by trying to score a lot of 2-point conversions. They'll work, but I just don't see this team hitting the end zone more than twice.
All right. He is Mike Kaye. You can see his work at nj.com/Eagles. The page will look familiar to you because that is, of course, our sister site here at cleveland.com. Mike, we appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Mike.